Wrapping up the week on Tesla Shorts Time Daily, episode 425. It's April 3rd, 2026, and I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Let's see how Tesla is heading into the weekend. Tesla regained the top spot in global pure EV sales by outpacing BYD while expanding the long-wheelbase Model Y across Asia. Tesla has overtaken BYD again in pure battery electric vehicle sales worldwide. This development comes at a time when the overall auto market continues to shift and competition from Chinese manufacturers remains intense. It shows that Tesla can still lead in the core EV segment despite those pressures. For the broader industry, this reinforces that pure battery electric vehicles remain a distinct battleground separate from plug-in hybrids. The distinction matters because many competitors are leaning heavily on plug-in hybrid technology to meet emissions targets. Tesla's ability to regain the lead suggests its focus on dedicated electric platforms continues to resonate with buyers who want full electric experience. It will be interesting to see if this momentum carries through the rest of the year as new models enter the market. Now shifting from global leadership to building the infrastructure that makes those vehicles practical at scale. Tesla is growing its megacharger network aimed at supporting fleets of electric semi-trucks. Reliable high-power charging has remained a major barrier for commercial electric vehicle adoption in the heavy-duty segment. By expanding this specialized network, Tesla is addressing a key pain point for fleet operators considering the switch from diesel. This matters for Tesla's energy and heavy-duty vehicle business because it directly supports the rollout of the Semi in real-world long-haul operations. For the trucking industry, it could accelerate the shift away from diesel by making electric long-haul operations more practical and cost-effective over time. The development also highlights how Tesla is thinking beyond passenger cars to the larger energy demands of commercial fleets. Infrastructure like this often determines whether fleets commit to electrification or stick with traditional powertrains. While Tesla strengthens its commercial charging, it is also pushing harder into international retail markets. Tesla is increasing its retail stores and service centers across Japan with the goal of becoming the country's top imported car brand. Japan has historically been a tough market for foreign electric vehicles due to strong local competition and specific consumer preferences. Expanding the physical infrastructure of stores and service centers could meaningfully improve customer experience in that region. Better access to sales and support often translates into higher confidence among potential buyers who might otherwise hesitate. This move forms part of Tesla's broader international growth strategy as it seeks to deepen its presence in key Asian economies. Success here could set a template for other challenging markets where brand familiarity with foreign electric vehicles is still developing. Japan is not the only Asian market showing positive signs. Tesla achieved its highest monthly sales figure ever in South Korea. The result highlights growing acceptance of electric vehicles in a high-tech and affluent market that values innovation. Setting a new benchmark in South Korea adds positive momentum even as global sales remain somewhat uneven across different regions. It demonstrates Tesla's ability to perform strongly in select Asian countries where infrastructure and consumer attitudes are aligning. For the company, this kind of regional record helps offset softer performance elsewhere and builds overall confidence in the Asian strategy. Markets like South Korea often serve as leading indicators for how technology-focused buyers respond to new electric vehicle offerings. On the product side, Tesla is also refreshing its most popular vehicle for families. The 7-seat version of the Model Y is returning to production and availability. This gives families a practical electric vehicle option without having to step up to the significantly more expensive Model X. In the popular SUV segment, seating flexibility often plays a major role in buying decisions for households with children or frequent passengers. Bringing the 7-seat Model Y back expands choice and could help Tesla capture more of the family-oriented market. It is encouraging to see Tesla responding to customer demand by reinstating this configuration after it had been unavailable for a period. Practicality remains one of the biggest barriers for many considering their first electric vehicle. Tesla is also tailoring the Model Y further for Asian buyers. Tesla has rolled out the long-wheelbase 6-seat Model Y L in 8 Asian markets, including Japan, Thailand, and South Korea. The move specifically targets regional preferences for larger vehicles that offer more rear space and comfort on crowded roads. Standard Model Y dimensions are sometimes less ideal in certain parts of Asia where families or business users need extra room. This demonstrates Tesla's willingness to adapt its global product mix to local customer needs rather than taking a one-size-fits-all approach. The long-wheelbase variant is now officially on sale in South Korea, with new configurator options visible according to community reports. Early reaction suggests excitement about the availability of the six-seat layout in a market that values practicality. It gives Tesla another lever to grow in a competitive Northeast Asian region where space and versatility matter. Beyond hardware, autonomy continues to pop up in unexpected places. Uber's chief executive noted that some of the company's drivers are already using Tesla's full self-driving software in their operations. This points to early real-world adoption of Tesla's autonomy technology, moving beyond personal vehicles into commercial ride-hailing. For Tesla, it suggests potential future partnerships or usage patterns that could accelerate data collection and validation of the system. Commercial applications like this often generate more consistent miles and varied scenarios, which help refine the software faster. Seeing Uber drivers incorporate full self-driving indicates growing comfort with the technology among professional operators. While Tesla's system sees real-world use, regulators continue to examine competing advanced driver assistance technology. The National Transportation Safety Board has highlighted safety shortcomings in Ford's Blue Cruise hands-free system after investigating 2 fatal incidents. While not directly about Tesla, the findings put a spotlight on the regulatory and technical challenges facing all advanced driver assistance systems. This kind of scrutiny affects the entire industry as authorities work to establish clear standards for these features. It could indirectly benefit Tesla by increasing focus on differences in approach between various manufacturers' implementations. Investigations like this remind us that safety validation remains an ongoing process even as the technology matures, shifting from autonomy to the physical design of Tesla's future vehicles. New details have emerged about the Cybercab's front trunk area, which includes a notably large fluid reservoir along with other design elements. The information gives enthusiasts and analysts a clearer picture of how Tesla engineered the robotaxi for minimal maintenance and high utilization. It underscores the company's focus on purpose-built vehicles, rather than simply adapting existing platforms. The large fluid tank and service-oriented choices suggest the design prioritizes long-term fleet operation and reduced downtime. Online communities are dissecting every element, looking for clues about production intent and cost targets, according to recent discussions. This level of detail shows how differently Tesla is thinking about vehicles meant primarily for autonomous commercial service. All of this sits against the broader business picture. Tesla posted first-quarter growth, but the pace remains below earlier highs. The results reflect a company that is recovering from recent softness while still facing questions about demand consistency. For investors in the business, this period serves as an important gauge of whether new products and regional expansions can restore stronger upward momentum. Growth returning is certainly welcome after a period of slower performance. Yet the fact that momentum still lags suggests there is more work to do in aligning production with steady customer orders. Now, one thing worth watching closely is the record unsold inventory situation that emerged at the end of the first quarter. Tesla is holding a record number of unsold vehicles after the first quarter, even though deliveries improved from the prior period. This matters because sustained high inventory can pressure pricing, tie up capital, and signal that demand is not keeping pace with factory output in certain regions. Even though sales improved compared to the previous period, this inventory buildup signals softening demand in some markets. It will be interesting to see whether Tesla adjusts production rates or uses incentives to move the vehicles. The situation highlights the challenge of matching output to real-time order flow in a rapidly changing electric vehicle landscape. Tesla has historically used a mix of software updates, new variants, and regional incentives to stimulate orders. The coming months will show whether those tools are enough to clear the backlog without eroding margins. Taking a step back from today's headlines, it is worth applying first principles thinking to the true economics of Tesla's charging network. The supercharger network was originally built as a necessary solution to range anxiety rather than as a standalone profit center. Yet it now operates in a world where many new vehicles can use multiple public networks. The fundamental question is what combination of utilization, pricing power, and strategic control actually makes the supercharger network a durable competitive advantage rather than just another line item on the balance sheet. Early supercharger sites often ran at low utilization for years before electric vehicle adoption scaled. Today, the network must balance open access for non-Tesla vehicles with enough dedicated capacity to keep Tesla owners happy. This creates a tension between revenue and service quality that few other charging operators face. Tesla has consistently solved infrastructure problems by vertically integrating hardware, software, and energy management. That approach allows real-time optimization of charging sessions, dynamic pricing, and site-level solar plus storage additions that lower operating costs compared with third-party networks. If Tesla can maintain high utilization while opening the network to other brands at fair margins, the superchargers could become a meaningful profit contributor and a moat. If utilization stays uneven or pricing power erodes, the network risks becoming an expensive legacy asset in a commoditizing charging market. Before we go, keep an eye on how Tesla manages the inventory situation in the coming weeks. As new regional incentives and product updates potentially come into play, that could give us a clearer signal on pricing, discipline, and production adjustments heading into the second quarter. That's your Tesla news for today. TSLA closed at $360.59, down $20.32, 5.3%. If you found this useful, a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify really helps new listeners find the show. You can also find us on X at Tesla Shorts Time. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. This podcast is curated by Patrick, but generated using AI voice synthesis of my voice using ElevenLabs. The primary reason to do this is I unfortunately don't have the time to be consistent with generating all the content and wanted to focus on creating consistent and regular episodes for all the themes that I enjoy, and I hope others do as well.